CAR T is, as you know, currently approved for other diseases like ALL and diffuse large B-cell lymphoma. So there's activity in those diseases, and it has a toxicity profile that is not insignificant. There's less data so far in CLL. The available data has been phase 1 trials from various centers with small patient numbers. In that experience, we see that there's activity with the CAR T cells in treating patients who have resistant disease, although the complete remission rate's a bit lower than in other diseases like refractory ALL. So the complete remission rate for CLL overall, if you look across the studies, is in the range of 20%. Overall response rates in the range of 50%, which is a little bit lower complete remission rate. It's lower than ALL and in also other B-cell malignancies that are CD19 positive. So this is a feature of CLL that's a little bit different and has our attention, and there's a lot of work that's going on to figure out why that might be. Work by the UPenn group, a detailed analysis of the product that they have given to patients with CLL and making correlations with what factors in those products correlate with response has led us to understand that the potency of the T cells, the CAR T cells that we're giving to patients with CLL is an important feature, and also what happens in the patient after we infuse the CAR T cells and the environment that those cells are reacting to the tumor, etc., are important. So there's work ongoing in terms of looking at ways to increase the potency of the product and also to increase the efficacy of the product after it's given. One strategy in that regard has been to add Ibrutinib. So the UPenn group has reported data that shows that there is some correction in the T cell abnormalities in patients with CLL when they're on Ibrutinib, and that change and improvement is over time. So it takes several months for us to see improvements in T cells and T cell functions after patients are on Ibrutinib. And so collecting T cells for production of a CAR T product may be important for patients to be on Ibrutinib for an extended period of time before we collect those cells. Also, administering the CAR T cells in the setting of concurrent Ibrutinib may be another important feature. So there is work that is ongoing in terms of making a more potent product. I, in my talk, spoke about that work and background, and also in making the product work better once it's given to patients. Right now there are 3 commercial entities that are developing their CAR T cell product. So there's a Kite clinical trial, there's a Juno clinical trial, and we will soon have a Novartis clinical trial, all 3 looking at CAR T cell activity in patients with CLL. So the data and the information that we'll have will certainly expand. The nice thing about those commercial trials is that they will be uniformly treated patients, larger cohorts of patients treated with a uniform product, and we'll be able to see better what the outcomes are in that more defined patient population that's enrolled in those trials.